And so again, thank you everyone, no matter where you are in the world. So I see some of the countries that we represent. Gary and I are in 60 plus countries now around the world. And currently it's Gary, has it been a little difficult to keep up with since we broke 2,500 members?
2,300 is when it started getting hard.
I think that just in the last 2 days, 2 days ago, we added another 15,000 members. And today I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we have, first of all, if you've heard the term critical mass, we are not at critical mass. Okay. Critical mass will come, but I'm going to tell you, especially for you guests, what you're getting ready to hear, these kind of terminology is normally only associated to network marketing and MLM companies, which we do have components of that within the business model that you're getting ready to see. But the business model that you're getting ready to see is all about e-commerce. And it is as legit a business model as there's ever been on this planet. And how do we know that? Well, I can tell you, Amazon. Amazon was the first. And the only difference right now, to be totally honest with everybody, between Amazon and us is they've got 30 years on us. They started with one product. It was ebooks, and they've grown into the behemoth that they are. And we all know them. And what do? We shop online, and a lot of us do Amazon. If you've bought anything, so let me ask the question for all of you that are here. Do you shop online? Give me a 1 if you shop online. Looks like we got a lot of people that shop online. Good. So those of you that shop online, do you like to save money when you shop online? Give me a 2. If you want to save money buying the things that you're already buying, no matter where you are in the world, and you want to save money, give me a 2. Ken Casey, of course. Well, why not? Yes, absolutely. We want to save money. Okay. Give me a 3 if you want to also maintain getting quality products and services no matter where you are in the world. Thank you. Thank you. I think that we can pretty much say that we're all on the same page so far. Now, here's the next one. Give me a 1 if you remember the Groupon. Groupon. It's a business model using coupons. Give me a 1 for all those that remember Groupon. Okay. So if you had the opportunity to not only shop online in your own mall, no matter where you are in the world, and you could save money on products and services that you're already buying, it doesn't matter whether it's once a week, twice a week, once a month, it doesn't matter how many times. What matters is that you do. Okay. And then you know that you could also have your own coupons that you could actually do what? Save additional monies shopping in your own mall online. Give me a 5 if that's you. Give me a 5 if it's okay that you could have coupons with your links digitally embedded into the coupons that you could actually give out to your friends, your family, your neighbors, business people that you do business with, that what? That could also have their business in your mall. Give me a 6 if that's appealing to you, if that's attractive. That you know business people where you live in your backyard, as we say here in Oklahoma, that you could go into and say, hey, Mr. Restaurant owner, Mrs. Clothing retail owner, Mr. and Mrs. whatever owner, are you getting all the business that you want and need? And do you have the reach that you want and need? I can help you. Give me a 7 if that makes sense, and you would like to be able to do that also. Give me a 7 if any of this makes sense and you would like to have the opportunity to do all of these things. And I've saved maybe the best for last. And yes, you will have a debit card. Okay. Gary's going to show all these things to you in a minute, but I wanted to preface this so you understand the industry and you understand that this is not a fad, and you understand exactly where you are at a moment of time that you may not realize today yet. And the last question, ladies and gentlemen, that you can shop in your own personal online mall, in your own backyard, and share it with your friends, your family, your neighbors, your aunts and uncles and cousins, and anybody that you know, literally, that you do business with, whether it's at the grocery store, your doctors, your neighbor, that you go to what? You go bowling. The list is hundreds and hundreds of opportunities by themselves that now you also find out, not like Amazon, not like Shopify, not like Alibaba, not like eBay, not like any of the current e-commerce online shopping experiences that you have, that you will literally get paid daily, weekly, and monthly for the privilege of shopping in your own mall. Give me a 10 if that is you. Give me a 10 if that is you right now. That you're going to actually get paid to shop in your own mall. And then you can share that experience with anybody and everybody that you know to shop in your mall and get paid daily, weekly, monthly. And all for less than a one-time investment of less than $200 out of your pocket forever. Gary?
My goodness.
The floor is yours, bro.
How did we top that? Hey, so let's start in the right place. How many people on this call are here for the very first time, a new person, or somebody invited you to this call? Give me a 1 if you are a new person. New person. Come on now, I know we got some.
Thank you, Gina. That's how easy this is. That's exactly how easy this is. Well, maybe we don't have anybody new today.
I'm not seeing anybody new.
That's okay. That's all right. So while I'm thinking about it, Gary's getting the PowerPoint fired up. I challenge each and every one of you, no matter what Zoom that you're capable of coming to, and it's a huge thing that you all are here, because everybody's got life, everybody's are busy, right? And everybody doesn't have the time to do some of these things. And we do record, as you know, we're recording this. It'll be out in about 24 hours. So I do challenge you, though, because you need to challenge yourself and the rest of your team to at least bring one guest, just like we do for training. Just bring one guest a week, and that will start to multiply. You ready, Gary?
I am.
Take it away.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Are we seeing the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay. So all of a sudden I can't see the PowerPoint, so that's not good. Why is that?
Yep. I see it.
I see it now. Okay. Bob, I'm going to let you handle the chat.
I got the chat.
Okay. This helps, folks. Together, we reach heights we've never dreamed of before. Alone, we may go quicker, but together we go farther. That's a big statement. And we're gonna show you why. For those that are somewhat new, the one thing that attracted myself to the Alps was the fact that I saw where it eliminated some of the failures that all of us have gone through in this industry. So, how many of you ever felt like that prune on the end of the vine that didn't get any water? And it just shriveled up until it died and fell to the ground? Give me a 1 if you've had that feeling in the past. We're going to show you today why that's been eliminated. And some of us that were early on the call, we talked about this a little bit. You know, in the best of companies out there, you might see 30% get qualified and make a little bit of profit, right? But looking at the model that Bob and I have done since day one, we're sitting there between 88 and 90% qualified and in profit. Those are big numbers, huge numbers, right? Huge numbers. So let's go through the disclaimer real quick, guys. Got to be 18 years old or older to participate. No results obtained are guaranteed. Nobody can guarantee you what you will make. We'll show you the numbers and how they work based on the numbers that currently exist. Now, each person may experience different results depending on many factors, such as personal effort, skills, and level of participation. We're not financial advisors. No promise of income or future income or earnings is made. It's important to understand that past performance is not indicative of future. The income generated can vary greatly from person to person. We encourage a realistic approach and careful management of your expectations. Okay, our values: generosity, respect, authenticity, coherence, and engagement. That's our value system. Now, we are a new age model of opportunity, putting more money in people's hands faster than any other legit models on the planet. I want to repeat that. Putting more money in, let's rephrase it a little bit, average people's hands faster than any other legit opportunity on the planet. What do I mean by that? Well, to me, the Alps was designed to help average people earn above average income. We're not talking about the whales out there that people can put in hundreds and thousands of people. Average people, okay? The people that haven't made a lot of money in the past. That's what's important to us. So, the Alps is the fruit and reflection boards in the past 7 years by several partners that had an idea, the concept they wanted to put together based out of Quebec. Okay. The master distributors themselves and admins have nearly 200 years experience in the industry. The objective is to help people from all walks of life make a substantial income that can change your life. Okay? Now, I'm going to go through this kind of quickly because I'm not a big person on stats. we all realize how these stat numbers work. 120 million people are involved in online direct sales worldwide. 1 out of 13 people have either been involved in network marketing or direct sales online. And yes, it's a $200 billion industry. I think what's important to us is how we achieve what fits us. This is what I would call features. This is not benefits. This is features. Okay? So most people have what? Spent more money than they have without little or no return on what they put in. We all agree that's a true statement. Give me a 2 if you think that's a true statement.
We're getting a lot of 2s.
Yes, sir. Because that's the reality of our industry. And that's what we want to change. That's what we want to see done different. So, this Alps is an international opportunity with physical and digital products sold worldwide, yet you have nothing to sell. Folks, let's take that apart for a minute. What do I mean by we have nothing to sell when what we're doing is selling products? Here's my question to each of you. If you were able to buy your product each month, but you weren't pulling in your wallet out to make the purchase, would that be attractive to you? In other words, if it's coming out of profits and not out of your wallet each month, how many people on the call have ever had an ongoing auto ship with a company? Give me a 4 if you've had an ongoing auto ship, month after month after month. And some companies did what? As you change levels, they increase the amount of your auto ship.
Yeah,
right?
You nailed it.
Yes.
And people are still, there's probably people on this call still on auto ships.
I'm sure there are. Okay. So what would happen if we eliminated that element? How different would the failure rate be out there if we eliminate it? We talked about this earlier. Eliminating the failure factors out of the industry. And one of them is people have an auto ship. What happens if they're not making money after 3 or 4 months? What do? Come on, we're interactive now. What do they quit? They drop out. So if you eliminate that factor, how many of them are going to quit if it's not costing them any money? 0. Should be 0. Now, that's not to say that 100% are going to stay active, but it gives you the opportunity to work with them to help build them up to a good profit level. Okay? A good profit level. Okay? Now, how does that happen? Well, we have daily shopping. Daily shopping. And it can never be stopped. So if you follow the natural process, your income will grow organically and exponentially in time. Okay? Now, we're looking for what? Longevity and income sustainability through a simple process, which is daily shopping. Welcome, Michelle. Welcome. The compensation. Everybody ready for a compensation plan? Give me a 3 if you're ready.
Yeah, you got to be ready to want to know how you're going to get paid to go shopping and to share that experience, right? I would hope everybody would want
Yeah.
that. All right, now the threes are rolling in.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. Let's take a look, guys. Now, ironically, this is what we call a hybrid compensation plan. It follows not a traditional method, but it uses all the same people in 3 different compensation plans. We're going to focus real hard on 2 of them. We're going to glance over the 3rd, and we'll explain why we do that. So, the first one we're going to talk about, I call the mere 2x20. 2x20. Everybody know what a force 2x20 is? Give me a 1 if you understand what the force 2x20 or a 2 if you don't. Looks like everybody has a good idea.
You got ones. Yeah.
So, with a force 2x20, you only have 2 spots underneath you. If you put in more than 2, they're going to fall underneath the other 2 if the spot is open. Okay? And it will go down 20 levels deep. So I want to give you a short example of how this can generate income for you and what's important. The company gives me a model that they tell me they expect the per profit margin, because the way the compensation plan is set up, the average between $3.50 to $5 per sale. But Bob and I kind of like to downplay those numbers to show you what they could be without any hyper exaggeration. So we want to lower their numbers and lower your expectations. Okay? So we're going to say that number only achieves $3. Okay? The company says $3.50 to $5. I say it's only 3. So if we use that math, and we're going to make things real simple. Maybe you only have some of you. How many people on the call have 1,000 people within your group? 1,000 people within your group. Give me a 5 if you have 1,000 people within your group or more.
Nobody yet.
Well, I know there's some that are being shy. Here we go, David volunteer. So we're gonna pick on David for a minute. Now, I don't need to know your number. Well, now we got a second person. That's good.
Yeah, that's from our India team. I was going to say,
Yeah.
the Indian team, yes, they do.
So let's use the figure of, say you only have 1,000 people within those 20 levels. Okay? And you average $3 per sale and not $3.50 to $5. How much money monthly are you getting from the 2x20 mirror? 3,000. That sounds. How many people on this call with 3,000 a month extra change your life? Give me a 3 if it changed your life, guys. 3 if it'll change your life. You know, back in the 2008, when we had the bank collapse and all the real estate fell and mortgages fell apart, an extra $500 a month would have saved somewhere around 70% of those mortgages from being collapsed. That's amazing. That's an amazing fact, isn't it? just extra $500 would have saved 70% of those foreclosures. So we're gonna take a look at the unit level real quick. Now, a unit level differs because this particular version of it, we only go 5 levels deep. That's it, 5 levels. You can, we don't teach this, not right away. Can go as wide as you want to go with a unit level. That's the nature of a unit level. But we're going to say in this case, I've only got 2 people, Bob and Robert. I haven't brought anybody else. And we're going to cut down the numbers and make them smaller. We're going to say instead of making $3,000 a month, Bob and Robert only made $1,000 a month. Okay? So I get 50% on my direct first levels. Whatever they make, I get 50% a match on that. So if Bob and Robert are both making $1,000, how much did Gary get? $1,000. That's right, $1,000. So if we carry it on to the next level, now remember, it's only Bob and Robert, but they got how many people each? 2 people each, right? So if they're my second level there, each making $1,000, and I get 20% of it, how much will I make off of my level 2? Where's my mathematicians? Come on, guys. Where's my mathematicians? 800. We're spot on. $800. So we'll move on to level 3, right? We have 8 people on level 3, but I want to get 10%. Using the same math, 1,000, not 3,000, 1,000. How much will I make on my level 3? Yeah, Tina's spot on, $800 more. So when I get to level 4, we have 16 people there now, right? I get 10%. How much I make for level 4? $16 times 1,000 times 10%.
1,600.
There we go. There we go. And when we get to level 5, that's 32 people on level 5. Each making $1,000, and I get 10%. How much do I make? There we go. Now, here's my question. I only made 3,000 on the 2x20. But I didn't use 3,000 over here. I cut it by 1/3 to make the numbers low as I could make them. And yet, when I add these numbers up, the unit level paid me more than the 2x20. That's mind-boggling, isn't it? Everybody see that?
I think what's mind-boggling, Gary, is the journey to the fact that you're building up to 1,000 people, even if that's all you ever did.
Yes.
Okay, and we know how fast people are getting to 1,000, don't we?
Yes. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do, and it's not just us.
No. Let's kind of move on. We'll break into this a little bit. Now, you have three ways to come in to this Alps. Actually, it's kind of incorrect. It's actually only two ways initially, because one of them has a 30-day window. You can come in as a member only. Cost you $29 a month, $9 for your back office, $20 that goes into the system for commissions. The company gives you $25 advance cashback credit. So, folks, when you hear the number 29, it scares you a little bit. Say, well, do I got to pay $29 just to shop? Well, if we're going to give you $25 in buying, how much are you paying? Come on now, we're in at $4.
$4 a month.
See, it's all in perception of how you explain this. Now, and so if you get an objection, you ask them, what, do you have pride? I don't know that you argue with them over $15 a month, right? Here,
Yeah, there's only 250 million people in the world right now that's not arguing with that at all.
no.
Only 250 million.
So here's what happens. You get the $25 in advance credit to use in the mall. You participate in the store 10 levels deep. You have potential earnings from 2,046 shoppers.
And we were only talking about 1,000.
We were only talking about 1,000. That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to skip over VIP member, come back to it. Most people are going to join an ambassador. Okay. The cost is $120 plus $9 a month. There are some other options if you want to pay for 6 months or a year for your back office. Again, you get $25 in advance cashback credit. You can participate up to 20 levels. Income earning for up to over 2 million shoppers. So what determines the ambassador? Officially, a person becomes ambassador. Number one, they sign up as an ambassador, but they have 30 days in which to sign up their first person. We teach 2 people. We don't teach 1. Why do we teach 2 people? Because you're fully qualified through all 20 levels. Okay? So at the end of 30 days, maybe you were in the hospital like me, or you got sick, what have you, and you didn't have your 2 people. You're going to revert to a VIP member until you sponsor your first person. So you've already paid the $129, but you're going to end up paying $29 a month until what? You sponsor that first person. Okay? So you could participate in the shopping mall store 12 levels deep. Income from up to 8,190 shoppers, 8,190 shoppers. And participate in payout of the immediate compensation plan. So let's not go there. Let's stay over here. Let's sponsor your 1 and 2 and get the job done, folks. There's no reason for you to have a VIP member. All right, everybody understand that? No reason for that. Let's just get the job done.
Well, we know this. We know the statistics, right, Gary?
We do.
I mean, it's just the stats, as we call it in business, is the same that it's been for 60 years or more, and that's 2.8. And what that means is the average person, because that's what we're talking about. Remember, Gary mentioned we're not talking about the big fish that can go fishing and bring 100 at a time. Okay, those people will come along at some point, and maybe they don't. It doesn't matter, because that's not what we're doing. We are wanting to help the little people. Everybody on this call has an opportunity to help families, because this company's family oriented. We have family in the business, and family is always going to do what? They're going to shop. There's no stopping people from shopping online, and it doesn't matter who you think they are, they all do at some point. So why the 2.8? Because you don't have to bring 2.8. You're only going to bring 2 like-minded individuals into your business, into your personal community, and then you're done. Back to you, Gary.
All right. So we're going to move this rather quickly. So if you get a question, we'll try and address it at some point. All members are shoppers. Doesn't matter, ambassador, VIP member, we're all shoppers, guys. And all of us are going to get the $25 in ACC for future purchases. So we want to give you a little example. You purchase a $50 product and you get $10 cash back. You can use your ACC for it. You apply the $10 ACC for the cash back. 25 less 10 applied leaves you $15 left over for your next purchase. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that, guys. So when you apply the ACC, no cash back goes into the matrix. Why? Because it's already been paid in the compensation plan. And we're going to cover why it's been paid in just a little bit anyway. So we've kind of covered, in some ways, we've covered all the how the cashback works. It goes into your matrix 20 levels in what we call the mirror matrix. For every $20 of profit, 10 goes into the 2x20 matrix, and $20 goes into the unilevel, where we pay the 50, 20, 10, 10, and 10. So we kind of gave an example of how this would work. Okay? Now, a member can only get paid how many levels, guys? How many levels can a member get paid? 10. Up to 2,046 shoppers. Now, there is one quirk. I call it a quirk. I'm not sure why it was put in this way, but we'll throw it out there for you. A member could accumulate enough cash back to actually pay and buy his way into the 6 to 10.
That's amazing.
Okay, he can't participate in the 2x20 or the first part of the 2x20, which is the first 5 levels. He can never participate in that because he never paid into it. He cannot participate, I do not believe he can participate in the 11 through 20. I could be wrong about that. But I kind of consider this a quirk of the system. I don't know how many people will ever take advantage of it or even become aware of it unless we make them aware of it, because we've watched what they're doing. But I wanted to throw it out there as a possibility because it's built in the system. It is kind of a strange concept, isn't it? So the VIP member. VIP member can get paid on 12 levels, 8,190 shoppers. Okay? Immediate income earning potential from step 1 of the compensation plan. Got to remember, how did they become a VIP member? Because they became an ambassador that didn't qualify as ambassador after 30 days. So we rolled them back to a VIP member and gave them another 30 days to get qualified. Everybody understand that? So, a VIP has no personally sponsored members, which is why they're a VIP member. Now, potentially, somebody above them could put people in that would fill their first 2 slots or more below them. Okay? So what happens when that happens? The VIP receives $50 from each person sponsored by an ambassador. These points are only applicable to the online store. Okay? Or pay your $29. You can use it either way. The ambassador receives the other $50. Okay. Now, you have 30 days to sponsor one person and be paid in cash as an ambassador. All right? 30 days. Now, folks, here's what I really want to emphasize to you. Somebody can go out and get their 2 once they determine that they really want to have 2 people. The only thing stops most people is fear. So you have to get past that fear point that you're showing or you have, so you can present something to people. And if you attend our trainings on Thursday nights, you'll really get an insight on how to promote these apps to people that are chasing you, that are looking to you for information, versus you trying to chase them. Okay? Everybody understand what the NFL club is? Give me 5 if you know what the NFL club is. No friends left. Why? Because you got taught way back in the beginning when you started in opportunity market. You were told anybody within 30 inches, is this what you do, right? Make a list of all your friends and family. After a while, they saw you coming. You come this way, they're heading the other way. Right? They don't want to hear it. Everybody can relate to that. No friends left. Right? So, ambassador, this is where we all need to be, folks. Everything starts for the ambassador when they have their second person. Why? What's the key here? Well, the key is one person, you can get paid on 5 levels. But 2 people, you could get paid on all 20. Up to 2 million potential shoppers. Okay, we showed you what 1,000 looks like. Now, I'm going to stop here for a second and bear with me because I got a bunch of puppies just going nuts on me out there. I can hear them. So we use the example of 1,000 people because it's a realistic example. Bob, how many potential shoppers do you have in your group?
I'm sorry, Gary, I didn't hear you.
How many potential shoppers do you currently have as of today?
Well, I'll tell you what my wife has.
Okay, let's go. We'll do that.
She's got about 70,000 potential customers in 63 countries right now.
Folks, if you don't think 70,000 potential shoppers will generate you an awesome check, you need to take your hand, put it across your wrist, and make sure that thing is still pumping, folks. Because now, what Bob hadn't told you is it took us 6 long, hard months of work to build this organization. It didn't happen in 2 days. Okay? It didn't happen in 2 days. It happened over a period of time. And when we hit a momentum point, which Bob mentioned earlier, when we hit 2,300 people within the group, it took off and exploded. And then we reached the point of hitting 500 new people a day. And we went from 500 to 1,000. And we went from 1,000 to almost, I guess it's 5,000. Okay? And so the growth rate has blown up. And that can happen to each and every one of you given time. Once your group reaches that 2,500 range, you'll never look back. But we don't use that as an example. We want to use the 1,000 as an example because it's achievable by everybody. Okay? Achievable by everyone. So let's kind of move on from there. So this right here, we're going to talk about the other 2x20, the third one, or the first one, depending on your perspective. Okay? As an ambassador, you will have sponsored 1 or more people. It costs you $120 one time plus $9 a month. Okay? Income potential, step 1 is $200. Okay? $200. Now, what does that mean? That means I brought 2 people in, and the company paid me $100 each. Folks, they paid me $200. What did I spend? $129. Is $200 more than $129? I'm in profit, right? I don't have to reach in my back pocket. I'm self-funded from here on. I never have to worry. It's auto-financed from this point on without reaching in my back pocket. Did we just eliminate one of the biggest failure steps that most companies experience? Most networkers have experienced. If you're not got an auto pay and the people you brought in, you've helped them get there too and get them in profit, where are they ever going to go? Not going anywhere. Don't need to. They're in profit.
To the bank.
To the bank, yeah. Step 2, level 2. Let's call it level 2. Okay? It cost you 200, but you just got paid 200. You zeroed out. But the income potential is 600 bucks. And we'll have to talk about it a little bit. So once you get to this level where you made your 600, to move on to level 3, it's going to cost $330 auto financed every month. Same, it's going to recycle every month. Your income potential goes to 1,400. Okay? 1,400. Now, every time from level 1 and level 2 together happens together. But from level 3, 4, and 5, the 30, 40, and 50 that's in that auto finance part, something unique is happening. What is that? 30, 40, and 50 from these upgrades are going to go right into your what? Your mall bank. Your shopping mall bank. Everybody see that? And that's a little confusing, isn't it? We're shooting 30, 40, and $50 into your mall bank for you to spend in the mall. So you could get a profit. And it's happening on every single level. So when the company says the mall profits should average between $3.50 to $5, this is how and why it's going to do it. Because these 30s, 40s, and 50s, and a 20 are going into each and every one of us into our mall bank from this particular 2x20 under the plan. Actually, the first 5. We're just talking about the first 5 right now. So, save that question till later, Christopher, and we'll address that. Okay? So, also, as you go through these steps 3, 4, and 5, you'll notice that the levels you get paid on your mall keep increasing. Step 3, 16 levels. Step 4, 18 levels. Step 5, 20 levels. All right, everybody see that? So, we're going to kind of glide over this a little bit. But when you add up your gross income potential for those first 5 levels, 11,400 less expenses, 1,640, net 9,760. Okay? Folks, 9,760 is almost 10 grand. Who on here can tell me that 10 grand a month would not drastically change your life? Huh? Would that drastically give me one if it'll change your life in a positive way? Okay? Now, the mall money helps you build this, and this helps you build the mall money. They go hand in hand with each other, but here it gives you time to build and solidify your organization. Okay? We're going to solidify your organization. excuse me. So this is not a unilevel. Okay? No balancing. There's no weak side payout or strong side payout. It's just all paid out. Okay? Now, we do have compression. If you have somebody that's only a member or so on, or you have a ambassador didn't qualify as ambassador, it will compress over that person pay time. Okay? It just gives you more time to work with those individuals to help them get qualified. Unilevel. I always had fun with the unilevel. It just is, if it's done right, unilevel is got such a strong payout. But again, we get 50% from each of your directly sponsored income. Okay? They will not be up here if you did not put them in. Now, we teach, and we will continue to teach, build your first 5 levels first before you use your link more than twice. Why did I tell you that? Anybody want to guess why I'm telling you this? Nah, nobody has the courage to guess today. So let me just cover it. Qualified down, there you go, qualified downline. Now, let's say I put 30 people in and just drop them, boom. And I fill up my first 3-4 levels that way, right? But then they're all going to sit unqualified, right? Eventually, they'll get around to bringing people in. Some of them, for sure. But if I help them and gave people away even, and got 90% of them qualified, then we're 90% ahead of the game. You're building something special. It's pre-qualified that'll never unravel on you. It can't unravel because they're already in profit and qualified. They're not going to give up their check, so it's going to always recycle. What do I mean by recycle? Remember, our expenses are what? Lauren, I can't really reply to that because it would position them wherever there's an opening if it's spillover. Okay? The computer will find the first left to right. Expenses are auto finance, correct. But they're also generating what? Every month it's recycling and regenerating the commissions over and over from the first 5. And it's throwing the mall money in, the 20, the 30, the 40, and the 50 into the mall. So it's self-auto-generating system. Yeah, you can't move people around. It's nice thought. So, conclusion. It's the most generous compensation plan on the planet. Daily shopping will create a life-changing residual income for all members. Future customers' impacts and steps 6 and 7 explained in training. The debit card is virtually here, guys. Shopping store with many products is around the corner. Highest cashback return to the community. A roadmap in progress to build the world's strongest shopping community. And you'll be part of a business like you've never seen before. Now, folks, if you're new, we want you to get back with the person who invited you to the call. Okay? Get back with the person who invited you to this call. The holding tank is a different kind of issue there, Bruce. It's kind of a theory. It's not been put into play yet. It's probably pretty close. But as far as I know, nobody quite put it into play.
No, the company is not going to do a holding tank at this point.
No, individuals would be able to do it, but not.
Yeah, we did that. We did that ourselves, Gary. You can do it yourself.
Yep.
Okay, we built this from the ground up, from top to bottom, with our own virtual holding tank, meaning that we did this on paper. All right, we did spreadsheets. Okay, so there's people right now that between February 1st and right now that have been coming in free, and all of those people are in that same situation, waiting to pay, and those that are working with those people understand that they're either going to get, well, they're going to get somebody's link. So as an example, they're not going to get my link, they're not going to get Gary's link, not going to get David Gwynn's link. There's a lot of people's links on here that they're not going to get. And if you already have your first 2 directs, you shouldn't give them your link until you have your first 5 levels full. And you should know each and every one individually of your first 5 levels for a whole lot of reasons that we don't have time to go into here. We do that on training. We're going to cover all these things on training, like levels 6 through 20. We won't cover that here. That is part of training. Gary?
Yes. So with that concludes our presentation. We're going to go into the Q&A. So if you have, I know there was a couple questions earlier. If you'd like to start with questions, we'll try and reply to them.
We can tell you that another update has come out today. It's being posted everywhere. Some people have it in their back office. It's not showed up in my back office yet, but I do recommend that you get to, whether you're in a Facebook group, a Telegram group, a WhatsApp group. We have been moving people out of Skype over to the Global Legacy Builders group, which resides on our Go High Level platform. We've got about 2,000 moved over there. We will continue moving because we needed a centralized communication and training platform for 100,000 people, and not just for a few. And so that's why we're building that as we speak. And so if you want access to that, it's free right now. And I can put the link in there for you. As long as you are a paid member, you have to be a paid member to have access to that platform. We're not asking anybody to leave their Facebook groups, their WhatsApp group, their Telegram groups. That's not what we're doing. That is for you and your upside leaders. So your highest team leader and their team leaders are in charge of those individual groups, and they make those individual decisions. But you don't have to stay there in those groups. You can, you are your own business. You can go and do what you want. You don't have to come to our training on Thursday nights either. You can have your own training. but you have to make sure that you are absolutely doing your training based on what is being allowed as far as advertising goes. So if you have not been in your back office and you have not read your policies and procedures, you need to do so, because if you have a back office, you've already told 𝗲𝗏𝗃 that you have read it. When you signed up, you checked a box saying that I've read it. And so you will need to read that. Okay, we cover that kind of stuff in training as well. Anybody else have a question directly related to this presentation?
Somebody put the link in the chat for the Go High Level room.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, thank you.
It should be
Is
access
there?
to it.
Yes.
Global Legacy Builders is a name that I came up with based on part of how we operate. Part of how we operate is based on faith, and you know, we want to be open and transparent to everybody. And so again, faith guides myself and my family in all things that we do. And not everybody believes the way we do, and we do not preach for you to believe the way that we do. So we don't want to offend anybody, but we have a way of doing things, that I have a way of doing things, and Gary and I have a way of doing things that we will continue to do moving forward. Again, at the end of the day, you have to decide where you want to get your information from. And as long as you're getting it from somebody that's approved somewhere in the company, then that's fine.
All right, we got one question here to address. Is the unit level a team build or individual? Well, it's actually more of a team build than individual, because for me, my first two people are my first two people, but the 4 underneath them, they put in. And that 4 each put their own 2 in. So it's more of a team build concept than an individual.
And when Gary's talking about team building, that's exactly what we do, because once your first level is full, then your link is done for a period of time. Once your second level is full, your first level's people link is done for a period of time. And then you can collectively what? You can collectively market together. Does it make sense to have 2 and 4 and 8 and 16 people with you, all with the same mindset, working to the same goal, working together to build their business? Give me a 1 if you understand what I'm saying. I call it collective marketing, where it's not just you. It's not just the first 2 people on your first level. It's not just the next 4 people on your second level and the next 8 on your third level. It's all of you, 8 and 4 and 2, working together. If it doesn't make sense, put a 2 out there. And again, we're not going to take a lot of time here because we teach all these things. But talking about the Go High Level platform, there is no individual logins available yet. That will come later. Again, we are moving there because of communication and training purposes. So we can have rooms on our platform. So we have our main room right there. That's where you go, and you have to answer a few questions to get in. And one of the admins will approve you that you do. The next part of that is the next rooms that are going to be built are for rooms that have teams of 1,000 or more, and we already have that. And then the next rooms that are going to be built are for rooms that have teams that need people that only speak Spanish, people that only speak Hindi or the other languages in India, people that only speak Mandarin or the other languages in Asia and China, and so on. Let's see, Kimberly, I know you don't know specifically, but how soon do you think the pay button comes back on? That's a great question. And so part of the update is that everything is being focused solely on getting us paid. Solely on getting us paid, and that is coming at the speed of light now. This newest update is something that you all have to be able to read, and you need to read it 2 or 3 times and break it down so that you can understand each part that you're reading. Because if you don't do that, you won't understand, and then you're going to think because the support portal is up again, that you can just start firing off questions. We don't want to do that. And neither to the email support. Okay, there's a proper time for all that. Your first order of business, since most of y'all here are already members, you're already connected to team leaders, you go to your team leaders first. If you can't get an answer from a team leader, you work your way up until you get to either who. You get to either Gary or you get to me, because we are the senior leaders of the senior team leaders. David's one of the senior team leaders that is here with us. Amy says lot of horse. Yeah. Well, I can tell you that part of what they're doing, again, is totally focusing on making sure that everything works correctly. What you all need to understand is one most important thing, and we've said this probably 100 times now over the last 6 months. There's only 2 things that are important to you when you have the opportunity to be involved in a startup of a company that has not launched to the public yet: compliance and sustainability. All the changes that are being made, including changes that are in the updates even today, are totally based on 2 things only: compliance. Is there anybody here that does not understand compliance? Give me a 2 if you need to know what compliance means. Okay, because compliance is very simply put legality, legal. Are we legal in 160 countries or more? Yes, we are absolutely legal to do business. And our business is online shopping, which is one of the biggest e-commerce industries in the world. It's multi-trillion-dollar. So you have a legit business, legal, not only in your own backyards, not only in the United States, not only in Canada and the tier 1 countries like Australia and New Zealand, but also in 160 other countries. Gary and I have our business and our family's business in 63 plus countries right now. Our biggest teams right now are in India and Asia. Our team in India has about 10,000 paid members in so far, and our team in Asia has about 10,000 paid members in so far as well. And those numbers are not critical for anybody to know, but what's critical for you to know is that this is not going to stop growing. Okay, so you heard Gary talk about the numbers, and you said, well, Bob said there's 70,000. That's correct. 50,000 people have come in free since February the 1st, waiting to pay. 50,000 people have come in free since February the 1st, waiting to pay, and they will start coming in as soon as what? We get paid. Okay, again, the only thing that's important right now inside all of 𝗲𝗏𝗃 and the corporation of 𝗲𝗏𝗃 is for us to get paid. And just so you understand, once we get the green light, meaning that you have finished KYC. So if you haven't uploaded your documents in your back office for KYC, you will not get paid. If you tried to upload your documents and it didn't work, you will not get paid. Okay, everybody is going to get paid that has their documents properly uploaded to the servers, and now they're going to start KYC over again and start picking a group of different people that are going to go through a normal KYC process, okay? Because part and parcel of KYC is compliance. KYC is know your customer. They will know who you are legally, and if you are trying to do something not legal, and you're trying to use a name that you want to use that is not your legal name, they will find out and you will not have a business. So I would recommend highly, again, all legitimate businesses in the entire world go through KYB for the ownership, which is know your business, and then KYC for all those that are involved in the business, and especially people that are going to shop in the mall. You will not be shopping in the mall unless KYC is completed. And again, that just means you're not going to get paid either. So do yourself a favor. Also, in that update, it's going to tell you to keep $120 in your bank balance. Your bank balance is the blue bar. That is the balance of money owed to you. Make sure you don't allow that to drop below $120. This will continue to keep all of your income rolling in month by month. But yes, we do get paid daily. And I said weekly. Well, daily includes weekly, and then monthly on top of everything else. So you are paying in one time out of pocket, not $30 a month, not $50 a month, not $100 a month, and then waiting to get paid. Just understand that's how that part works. And once we get the green light, and I feel like it's going to be this week. I feel, based on conversations that we continue to have with the ownership, that it's going to be this week. So I want everybody to get ready, because once that happens, there's no waiting like we did waiting for the links. When they flip the switch on that server, because that server, there's three of them. One of them has the mall, one of them has the back office, and one of them has the payment processor. When they flip that switch, we're all going to get paid at one time. Then you're going to be able to download a virtual debit card. So you will have a virtual debit card, and there will be a fee for that. It looks like it's going to be $9.95. And just remember, all your fees, including your expenses that come out, are business expenses and tax deductible. And no, I'm not a financial planner, and I'm not an accountant, and I'm not an attorney. You will visit with those people to understand better what you need to do going forward. Compliance. That's what we were talking about, compliance. Now, sustainability. So now that you've got compliance out of the way, the last hurdle in any new business is to sustainability. And what does that look like? Sustainability is simply put that this business has the owners and their families in the business. That means that they do not get paid until we get paid. They do not get paid until we get paid. Bruce, if you're on the platform, that full update has already been posted and it's pinned. It will give you the entire outline of all that you're asking. But people in the United States are going to get ACH. People outside of the United States, there are different types of direct deposit solutions that the 𝗍 Suite Technology Solutions Company is employing to help all of those besides crypto. And right now, the crypto that we get paid in is USDT BEP20 or USDC BEP20. There are going to be more crypto solutions coming as well. And yes, you do need the virtual card. You will need the virtual card because part of your cash back also comes from the virtual card that you're going to be using. You'll be able to download that virtual card to your phone. There will be a hard card coming, but that won't be available until we all get through the next phase of KYC. And I cannot go into the details on what we will go through to get that. But that will involve also being able to shop in the mall. Okay, right now, part of your income out of the 3 income streams is coming from the mall. That's right. 50 cents per person per level, no matter where they're at, left or right, you are getting in your income stream. You are getting paid from the unilevel, and you're getting paid from the 2x20 on a daily basis from your ambassadors that are coming in underneath you, then underneath them, and so on and so forth. But again, that new update, it also tells you the breakdown of what your income is going to look like starting out right now. Read it very carefully. Make sure that those of you that have teams, and everybody here mostly does, 90% of you have a team. A team is more than 2. Okay, so 90% of you on this call have a team, and 90% of you are also already in profit. Matter of fact, let's do this real quick. Can we download virtual card to our computer? I have no idea. You're going to download it to your phone. I do know that for a fact. It will be able to download as an app to your phone. Okay, they will also have to employ 2FA, which is two-factor authentication. I have that on my bank accounts. I have that on my E-Trade trading account, and so on and so forth. If you're not familiar with 2FA and you're outside of the United States, I cannot tell you what they're going to do for outside of the United States in that capacity. But two-factor authorization in most countries are used by most countries and banking institutions because you're going to have what I call a screen door and a front door, just for sakes to explain it to you. What the screen door is your password. Okay, we had thought that we might have to come up with 16 or 17 digit alphanumeric passwords and rotate them on a monthly basis to protect our what? Our wallets. Because part of security from the IT side of things is that you have a very strong password. I suggest you keep a very strong password to begin with and rotate that on a monthly basis and never, ever give that out to anybody, ever. Okay, that is your screen door. Your front door is 2FA, meaning that you will get a code sent to your phone, then that will give you the access to your front door and thereby release you inside so that you can deal with your wallets. Okay, because you will have a wallet for your cash and you will have a wallet for your crypto. All right, anybody else got any questions? Again, this is recorded. It'll be out in about 24 hours. Yeah, Bruce is right. Bruce is right. Because outside of sustainability, then the next thing is security. And again, sustainability means that this business is not just going to be around for 6 months, not going to be around for 12, 2 or 3 years. I'm going to tell you that the goals and objectives of the owners, and I'll repeat myself, the ownership, the 4 individual owners and their families are all in the business. What affects us, good, bad, or indifferent, affects them. That is also different than you've ever seen in history before. Okay? And so just remember, who is your client? Who are your client? Who are your potential customers? Who's a customer, Amy? Who's a customer, Bruce? Who are your potential customers? The world. Everybody. Anybody. Anybody that's got a heartbeat and shops online is your potential customer. I gave that to you already. I gave you the whole pitch at the beginning of this. You have a legitimate, legit business now, not a money grab, not a cycler, okay? And the fact that you have a network marketing component inside your business model at all is only because that's how we get paid. That's how we get paid. Now, the 3-foot ideas, yeah, well, look, here's the thing. And I'll do it again. I have business cards. Okay, we have a guy, his name's Billy Hayes. He is getting ready to give us the opportunity from our platform where we all reside to be connected. He and his whole family's in the business. He owns one of the largest companies in the United States that also deals with the world. He's got customers in probably 100 countries right now, but he designs and develops business cards, postcards, flyers, on and on and on, all types of marketing materials. And he is going to give Des Alps members only a minimum of a 20% discount on all purchases. That is huge. That is huge, I tell you. Everybody needs business cards now. You have a legit business. And by the way, that link, your link, do not advertise that link. Your affiliate link's what I'm talking about. Do not advertise that link. The only time you want to use that link is after you have done your belly-to-belly presentation. They have watched the videos. You've answered their questions and they're ready to join. Then you give them somebody's link to join through, and you have to walk them through it. Why? Because Des Alps uses double opt-in confirmation, which means that the process that they use is just like Leads Leap. For those of you that understand Leads Leap, okay, they use double opt-in confirmation to get you on their list. Well, you're going to be on Des Alps list. When you joined free, you're on their list, okay? And you had to give them permission to take your email. That's what permission marketing is, okay? It is the way of things in the world. Yep. My business card has a QRC code on it, but it does not go to that link. No, ma'am. No, sir. If you go look at that page on that link, there's not any information on there that would make anybody want to join. And don't promote your links. I know this is training. Don't promote your links on Facebook. You promote your affiliate link without the protection of your own private domain, you will get booted out of Facebook. They don't like it. They won't. As a matter of fact, you will lose your reach. If you promote your business link on Facebook anywhere and you start quoting numbers like $9,571 a month with $129, I see people doing it all the time. Doesn't work on Facebook. They don't like it, so they won't allow you to have any reach with it. I teach Facebook marketing. It's called Facebook Pro because it's free to use. So get back with the people that brought you here. Get the link to the next business Zoom coming up. So Mondays at 1 Eastern, always. Wednesday nights is the corporation Zoom, always now. And that's the English version, Wednesday nights. Thursday nights are our training. And anybody and everybody is welcome to come. Anybody and anybody is welcome to come to our training. We do not, doesn't matter if you're in Live Good, if you're in Des Alps, if you're in Well Step by Step, Mona V, all of them, Amway, it doesn't matter which ones you're in. That's another part of your reach, by the way. Why? Because nobody does the kind of training we do, ladies and gentlemen. I can assure you of that. The last 2 weeks, we've had 2 guest speakers, and we are blowing up our YouTube. Our YouTube channel with just the last 2/3 of guest speakers as going nuts right now, just going nuts. What if you received a completion for your KYC? However, the system is asking you to complete it. Don't even know what you're talking about, Sonia. Nobody's received nothing about KYC from the company yet. Everybody that's uploaded a document that got the documents that said, yes, you have successfully uploaded your documents are automatically approved for now. That doesn't stay that way. They're automatically approved for now. And the next step is you will then get from the company the way to download your virtual debit card. So then the next step is that they will turn the green button on, and then you will start seeing in your back office, in your blue bar, the money that you can take out. Again, make sure you leave $120 in there. Make sure when you log in to your back office, scroll all the way down. That's where you're going to see your check boxes for levels 1 through 7. Leave them alone. Level 6 and level 7 are not automatic. They will never be automatic. If you've already got through level 6, which a lot of you already have, leave it all alone. Come March the 15th, everybody that's already at level 6 will probably be able to pay for level 7, which is your one-time lifetime. Yeah, no need to complete anything again. You would be told if your upload of your documents was not successful, you would have been told. Absolutely. Yep, you would have been told. Anybody else got any other questions? David, you got anything?
Can't think of anything right off.
Gary?
I think we've covered about all we can cover.
Yep, that's about all we can do today. I just suggest to you all that you do two things. No matter what groups you're in, ours, Facebook groups, whatever, that you go to those groups once a day and stay engaged. Okay, the process is very simple. GPS, get in, plug in, stay in. You ain't going to not stay in, because once you're a paid member, you're always a paid member. Always a paid member. But that doesn't mean that you're engaging. Okay, part of your learning process, the first 90 days, it's critical. Your first 90 days is critical for you and your team to plug into communications, plug into training, and go to work. All you need is 2. All you need is 2. And it doesn't get any easier than starting your conversation with, hey, do you shop online? All right. We're done. Get back to whomever invited you here if you're a guest. Members, get back to your leaders. Make sure you're getting your updates. Folks, if you're on the Global Legacy Builders room, if you're in that room, which is part of our Go High Level platform, we have them already posted in there. You go there once a day. Just like if you were in Skype,